Hello, Champagne Dreamers. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Miss Jaye, the trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And for today's video, we are going to be doing this clown look. This hooker clown. It's interesting. We'll have a lot to say throughout the process. This is a full face of kimchi chic beauty. I had ordered some new products in around the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend that I was itching to play with. I have lots of kimchi chic beauty products in my collection. And so I was like, let's do a full face to eat chicken wings. So Angie and I are going to be filming the Hot Ones Challenge today. I hit 200 subscribers, so we are going to be eating painful chicken wings. So we are filming that today, and so we decided to film the process of getting into this look. So after I eat the wings, if it's all down my face, you know what it is that's dripping off onto my ample bosoms. So if you want to see how I got this crazy neon fun feral parakeet look, then stick around. We're getting into it right now. Alright, so this is a full face of kimchi chic beauty, but I don't have the kimchi chic beauty primer. That's a lot to say. I'm just going to say kimchi. But I decided to go ahead and prime my face. I have this Ofra primer. I know, they're canceled, MAGA, all that shit. But I have this. I'm trying to use it up. And so if I don't like it, I'll just declutter it. But I was like, I want to give this another shot. So I used this Northern Lights primer. And then because we're going to eat chicken wings, I was like, well, in case I get sweaty, I'm going to do like a dewy look today. So I'm going to use the Auric Glow Lust. This is Morganite, and this is the reformulated shade. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on as an underlayer under the foundation, and I might put some on after as well. But I'm going to go ahead and start with this. I don't know if you're supposed to put this on this thick, but that's how I do things. That's how we roll. Looking like chicken grease. I just look greasy. I don't know. I'm trying to like this stuff, but... As someone who has been oily pretty much their entire adult life, I'm not sure that glowy is necessarily for me, but we're gonna go with it. This is under foundation. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. So I have the kimchi concealer in green, but then I just put on the Auric, and so I don't know if you're supposed to put this on. Isn't that just gonna cancel out? I'm not that red, and I'm gonna put on a ton of foundation, so I'm gonna skip this, but I do have it. Useless information for you. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and use the Kimchi, a really good foundation. I don't know why I keep saying kimchi. It's pretty much a whole video of kimchi products. So if something is not kimchi, I'll say that, but I need to stop repeating myself. So this is the really good foundation, and this is in the shade 107L. I don't know. It's light and pasty. Like me. But I bought this online, and I haven't used it yet, so if it's a wrong color match, I guess we'll find out now. Ooh, hello. She's thick! Coverage so far, and doesn't seem to be a bad color match for me. I did okay. I'm a little nervous buying foundation online, but you know what? This doesn't seem to be too bad. And I had a coupon for 50% off, so even if it had been bad, I didn't pay a lot for it. All right, so that is the foundation. Not too bad. I am liking this coverage. I put it on thick all the time, but this seems to have pretty good coverage. It's pretty glowy. I don't know how much of that is the auric. I mean, I put on a thick layer of the foundation. I also put on a lot of the auric, so I don't know if this is going to dry down and be less shiny, or if it's the auric that's making it shiny, but we're shiny, is what I'm saying. So that's what's happening. I don't mind it, and the color is actually a good match. I did a good job on this one. There have been other foundations that I have not matched as well. But now we're going to move on to the concealer. So I have two of the most concealers in this shade, which it doesn't say. It's some sort of like ivory shade. And then I have this kind of cool toned cocoa brown that I'm going to use for contour. So I have two concealers. Now I have used this concealer before and I generally like it. I hate the packaging. It's this like squeezy tube with the brush. We're going to suffer through it. It's fine. Hope this works. I mean, it's not subtle. I don't love it, but that's also user error. I don't typically use like a creamy concealer to do my contour, although I use like a cream stick, so it shouldn't be that different. But the applicator and trying to blend out with a sponge, I think it's fine. We're going to keep working on it. We're going to do some powdering and we're going to have blush and things like that. So it's not done. It's not terrible. I don't hate it, but again, I like the formula of the concealer, especially like under the eyes, but I fucking hate that applicator. So I'm going to bake a little bit under the eyes, and I'm probably going to bring some of this down onto my cheeks to calm down this like contour that's like rawr. This is the Puff Puff Pass Powder, which I love. I have it in translucent, and I've used it a lot. This is my first time using the Eyevander. So this is lavender and ivory mixed together. I talked about this in a previous video. I can't even remember which one, but you know what I'll do. Link it up here in the cards for you. And so I talked about how I wanted to try this. I was excited to try this. So I'm going to go ahead and bake under the eyes, and then I'm going to bring it down onto my cheeks as well to calm down the contour.
To be doing?
I just want it to like calm down the contour, which it's doing, but I don't know why it looks so purple on top of the foundation. This is like a real whitish cast. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Trust the process. All right, so I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for a look today. I've been doing a lot of pink, and this one will probably have a little pop of pink if we're being real. But I decided I wanted to wear one of my favorite shirts from Atomic Cotton. I don't know if this is still available. They might have reprinted it as part of a recent big restock that they did, but this is from Atomic Cotton, and it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 stretch shirt. And I love this green and this yellow with the pink, because I have the Virgin Mojito palette, which has some beautiful greens and yellows. And I can do a little pop of pink and do some highlighter and some fun stuff. So I'm going to start playing with this. So I'm going to do this shade down here, Sour Apple. I'm going to start that kind of in the inner part of the eye and just work out. I don't really have a plan, which is how I usually operate, but we'll start with that. So now I'm going to go into Limoncello, and I'm going to do that kind of a little bit above here. I want to leave a spot. I'm going to add some little pops of like hot pink in a couple places, but I want to put this above the green before we move into darker colors on the outer side. This green, I don't mind it. It's a little bit sheer. I know Teresa's Dead tried the Kimchi Beauty stuff, and she didn't love it. She hated the eyeshadows. I feel like I've used them before and they were okay. This green is not giving me as much green as I would like, but we'll keep going. So now I'm going to take this matte, darker green shade, Sour Pop, and I'm going to work that on the outer part of the eye. I'm not loving the pigmentation on these shadows. This yellow is a little bit weak. I mean, it's doing kind of what I want it to do, but these are a little bit sketch. As fuck. this is the base with the matte shades. It's not too bad. I think it all blended together. I got a nice kind of fun. We're going to do the green and the yellow, and then we're going to add pink at the end. Just little pops. Just not a whole pink look, but just little pops of pink. It's never going to be my favorite, but I don't hate it. I'm going to go ahead and start doing some shimmer on the lid. I think I'm going to use some NYX glitter primer, and then we will maybe do some yellow diamond and some lime fizz. So we've got a couple green shimmers here. Maybe a little bit of kiwi. Maybe we'll do like 3 across the lid. We'll see how it goes. But for sure, yellow diamond and lime fizz. Alright, so I let the glitter primer get a little bit tacky, and now I'm going to use like a flat paddle brush, and I'm going to try to pack it on and see if I can get really good sort of color with this. What I'm remembering about kimchi is that the shimmers were better than the mattes, so hopefully this will help spruce it up a little bit. Spruce, like green? That one might not make it in. Alright, so I also have the Juicy Velvet palette, and I am going to go ahead and... I'm not going to use Kiwi, I'm going to use this shade, Deep Emerald. This is a little bit darker, and I want a little bit more depth on the outer part. We may blend with some Kiwi a little bit later, but I want to get this kind of deeper green on the outer part for some shimmer. I actually don't hate that. I think that's kind of cute. One thing though is around the edge of where I put the glitter glue, I feel like there's almost like, not really a bare spot, but it's become like a weird line. And it was that limey green that has like faded away to nothing. I'm going to try to pack on some more of that just to get like a little separation between the shimmers and the yellow that's right under where the brows will eventually live. That's doing nothing at all. I mean, it doesn't look quite as bare as it did. I don't love that. I don't love that at all. What could we do with that? Let's do a little bit of kiwi in there. Let's be wild and add a little depth. That was maybe more kiwi than I meant. We'll maybe go over that. I like it on this side. I don't necessarily like it on this side, but if you don't like it, just keep using more. That's clearly the answer. So I think I'm starting to like what this is doing. I feel like I'm taking away a little bit too much of the yellow, so I'm going to build this up to where I like it, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more of that yellow diamond, the shimmer yellow, just to make sure we got that clear pop of yellow there on the inner part of the eye. There. I don't hate it. It doesn't look the same from eye to eye, but that's fine. Eye looks are sisters, not twins? I don't think that's how that works. Alright, so while we changed out the batteries, I wiped off the baking powder. This eye banter is extreme compared to the foundation. It's definitely, I don't know that I like it as much as the translucent. I'm going to keep playing with it. And then I did the lower lash line, I did kiwi, and then I did yellow diamond just on the inner corner part. And then we're going to add some pink to the look as well. So in the Juicy Velvet palette, there's this pink, which is called Raspberry Velvet, and it's kind of a deep, very blue-leaning fuchsia. I'm going to go ahead and put that kind of around the inner corner. Instead of doing like a very light, bright pop, I'm going to do a pop of pink. And I'm going to do a little kind of where the yellow is, and then I might do a little kind of on this other side. Not what I had in mind. So dark. It's not got any brightness. This is not giving me the pink that I want, so we're going to move away from kimchi, sorry girl, and I'm going to bring in a different pink. This looks terrible! So I've got the Blush Tribe Neon Dreams palette. This is my go-to when I need like a bright pop of pink. R.I.P. Blush Tribe. And I'm going to use this hot pink shade, Janessa. I just hit pan. I never hit pan. I'm both impressed and sad because you can't buy this palette anymore. So this is the bare bones of the eye look. We're going to add lashes and things like that. I always get my nose all fucked up, so I'm going to go ahead and just take some foundation, maybe a little bit of concealer, and just kind of cover up any of the wild colors, and then we'll add some mascara. Okay, so we had to mess around with the battery and the memory card, so I did a couple things. I finished up the eye. I used the NARS Climax mascara, which I don't love. I don't know why people are so excited about that mascara. And then I put on the Choco Taco lashes from Glamlight. So we have the eye look is all finished. And I tried to fix this contour. I feel like it's not aging well, even in the time it's taking me to put my makeup on. It's just not great. So I have this bronzer. This is the I Went to Waikiki from Kimchi. I'm going to go ahead and try to build up some of this contour and make it a little bit more even. That weird creamy concealer as contour, I don't love it. That's already better. I'm just a powdery cake face bitch. I just need my powder products. This is the side that's struggling. Let's see if we can get it to tame this side. Alright, so, All right, so with the cheeks, we're going to try to tone it down a little bit because I'm going to do more of a nude lip. And we've got this wild, crazy eye, so I want to kind of have it be a nice fade down into the more neutral kind of place. So this is the Thaler blush in Cheeky, and I'm going to go ahead and use both of these shades on my cheek to bring in some pink. Holy fuck. That's pigmented, so we'll try to blend that out a little bit.
That looks good.
It looks great. I actually don't hate how that's blending out. I'm going to powder over this to bring it down a little bit, but I actually don't hate how this is turning out. So as always, the cheeks are the weakest part of the look. That's fine. I like the color of the pink. I like that with these. I'm going to use the powder in translucent instead of Evander just to kind of go over it. That's one thing that I do a lot if my cheek is too extreme, if I've gone a little bit too ham, is using a loose powder over it will definitely like calm it down a little bit. Cake face, bitch. So I think the cheeks are as good as they're gonna get. That's fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine. So I have multiple highlight options. I have the Drama Queen Highlight Powder Palette. I've heard not great things about this, but I might try the pink shade from this. We've also got the Pearl Gone Wild. This is in the shade Hope. This is a fun glittery one. I think I'm going to top with this, but it's got a little bit of blue, so I'm going to see how the other ones work first. And then I also have the Halo Graphic Toppers. So these are also kind of chunky, glittery. I'm going to start with the powder palette. All right, so this pink is real dark. I'm going to go ahead and start with this, and then I'm going to do a little bit of this champagne-y color over it. Just to see how they mix together. So I'm going to try to mix these two shades. They don't have names. That's a whole lot of nothing. I'm going to go ahead and blend that into the blush just to kind of lighten up and shine up the blush a little bit because I do love a glowy blush moment, but not highlightery at all.
They do have names.
Do they have names?
Yeah, which one are you using?
The pink one.
Flushed Doll.
Flushed Doll, it's called. Angie's doing my research, as usual. What's the champagne one called?
Golden Queen. Or wait, which one? No, Smooth as Silk.
In the middle.
Smooth as Silk.
Smooth as Silk.
Guess which one's Golden Queen?
Is it that one?
That's that one!
Okay, now I'm just making myself clowny again.
They also have...
I hate this! Oh no. 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 Kimchi has let me the fuck down when it comes to highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my little Ofra Trio palette. And I'm going into Glazed Donut. I need glowy chicken grease kind of look. If we're going to eat hot wings, I got to have some beautiful meat sweat kind of look. I can't have this sad highlighter that she did. Sorry, girl. bit Domo Arigato Mr. Roboto on the end of the nose, which is, I usually do a lot of highlight, but this even seems like a lot for me, but it's better than what Kimchi was serving up. But I am still going to top it with a little bit of this Pearl Gone Wild and hopefully get some of that shimmery glitteriness. See, that's better. It's got almost like a blue tinge to it. I like that. Now, because I feel like it brought maybe a little more blue than I want, I'm going to use the green shade. Oh, they are on the side. They're a little, like, light green print. So I'm going to use a little bit of Green with Envy from the Drama Queen palette just to swipe on to maybe try to dull this blue into a little bit more of a greeny turquoise. Oh, or we could do that. It's just an experiment. This whole thing is an experiment. This one has pigment, but I don't know if that worked in my favor. Now we'll just go over it with the glazed donut again. It's fine.
It looks bluer than...
Bluer than when we started.
Yeah.
It's always an experiment. Makeup just washes off. As always, the highlight is a little bit extreme, but that's how we live. And so I'm going to go ahead and do a slightly more nude lip. Except I hate this lip with it once I hold it up. No, I don't think I have a kimchi lip that's going to go with this. Hold on. Okay, so I was going to do an ombre that was a little bit more nude and let the eyes stand out, but I just don't like the tones. So I'm going to ombre these two. So this is Wow and Date Night. Date Night I think is a pretty good match, and if I hate the way they ombre, I'll just take it off and just do Date Night. But I'm going to go ahead and mix these together. Alright, so this is the makeup look. I'm going to go put nails on, change my shirt, put some hair on, maybe a little jewelry, and we'll be right back. That is the video. So after we've gotten all the way through this, I have some thoughts about Kimchi Chic Beauty. The eyeshadows did not wow me. I think that this look turned out fine. I didn't really love them. The shimmers are better than the mattes. The mattes were a little bit weak. I didn't love them. Will they survive another declutter? It's hard to say. Probably not. I had fun. I was able to get a fairly decent look. I did have to bring in that Blush Tribe, the neon to get the pink with the look, but the greens and the yellows, they were okay. But the mattes just were a little bit weak. The shimmers are definitely better for the formula. The foundation, I think the foundation is lovely, and I think it's a good match to my skin tone. The concealer, I like the concealer, but I fucking hate that packaging. I can't say it enough how much I hate that packaging. It just makes it hard to use, where even if I liked it, I feel like it's so hard to really just get it in the places where I want it, and it's hard to blend out, it's hard to work with. So there's a lot of fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know down below if there are other brands you'd like to see me do a mostly full face of in the future. Let me know what you thought of this look. I would love to hear it. While you're down there leaving me that comment, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, or if you are a kimchi stan and you hate my face now, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. It's all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. I'm going out in public like this, clearly. While you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Join the Champagne Dreamers. We are over 200 now, which is very exciting for me, and that's why we're eating the chicken wings. Who knows what we'll do at 300, 400, 500. Angie and I always have terrible ideas, so there's lots of things you're going to want to make sure you stick around for. So hit the subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified of all future uploads. I try to upload at least one video a week. I'm not always that great at it. Sometimes, though, if you're really lucky, and if I'm sort of motivated, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, unlikely. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website, The World of Champagne, at janessaj.com. Thanks so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you, and until I see you again, bye.